I look up at the moon and sun, amazed they keep their shine, even through darkness, sometimes intertwined. I sit in the shine of the moon and sun, allowing my discretions to be on display, staying strong to face them on my worst days. I deal with it through guidance of the One. I lay in the shine of the moon and sun, assisting me to be groomed, to be a better woman in all facets, turning bad into good habits. I bask in the shine of the moon and sun, vulnerable as my body, soul, and spirit, so they can connect to the divine, releasing positive energies. I realign to embrace my own shine. Welcome everybody to Gem Shine Sunday. I am your hostess, Christy L. Farley. This is Journey and Gems with Farley and Friends, and this segment on Sundays is Gem Shine Sundays. Normally it is for poetry and spoken word artists, but I could not refuse this gentleman that's about to come up, Mr. Sauce 405. You guys know him as Brandon Lang, or you might have known him on A&B TV. So while we're waiting for him, I wanted to go ahead and play a little bit more because that's my opening for Gem Shine Sunday. And I said, well, you know what? While I'm waiting, then I can go ahead and do something with my spoken word. Now, this one is with Chatty Turtle McGee, who I did interview on Fire Bars Friday. And so I hope that you didn't hear it. My phone was trying to ring at the same time. So anyway, though, getting back to it, let's go into life together. And this was something very different for me because I was not able to think that I could do certain things. You know, I wasn't able to think outside of the box. And then once I started doing it, this was one of my favorite that I've done. Chatty Turtle McGee is singing and on the guitar. And me, well, I'm speaking in between.
From the moment I saw your beautiful brown eyes, I knew our journey would be roller coasters and surprises. But when we broke our relationship apart, I couldn't breathe or think straight, leaving time to wander over our mistakes. I felt my heart bleed, like drip, drop, until your hand caressed my back. The pain stopped. As we sit on the shore, the endless sky. I want to spend life together until I die. It's easy not to move when you're still rooted down. Our limbs entwined, stand aside still in your
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. This is usually Gem Shine Sunday, so while I was waiting for you, I was trying to play some music of my spoken word, you know.
Yes,
and so, as I pump you up, because I'm like, wait a minute, we got the king of hot sauce coming up in here, you guys. Like, what?
So I apologize. I'm not on screen. I'm going through cancer treatments, and so with my usually with my computer, I can sit there and do it. But I'm trying to figure out how to do my Bluetooth into a computer.
Okay.
So as I'm trying to figure that thing out, because I'm like, I need a tech. I might need my 3XG Spitz, my homeboy right there to save my tail again. How are you today?
I tried to get everything set up for my the sell online, but man, it was so much stuff that I still had to purchase. And I figured we'd talk about that, throughout the interview and whatnot. But
yeah, because I know that's frustrating, and I remember you telling me, and I was looking at that question like, okay, I'll see what you say before I ask that question, because now I can rephrase it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's starting a business is a little more difficult, than people think it is.
Mm-hmm. And tell me we might as well jump into it, and I'm just going to just throw out these questions to you. Okay, so what are you finding that is the hardest when opening a business?
Man, right now what's the hardest? Like, I got my LLC and everything, just so I got balls on the ground rolling, the wheels on the ground rolling, and it was like, all right, I got the LLC, and now I got equipment I have to purchase. All the bottling, I have to purchase all that, and I'm looking into different places to purchase to get the best product, and the cheapest at the same time.
Right. Because that cost starts running up, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yes.
What do you think about the paperwork that it takes to do everything?
Man, there's definitely paperwork in it. Not so much as of right now, but once I get more of the business aspects going, trying to, sell my product on Amazon, trying to get it in local grocery stores and all that, that's when a lot more of the paperwork will come into play for me.
So you found it pretty easy when it came down to it, like doing the look, I'm saying 405 because I'm looking at your thing right now. Mm-hmm. Your hot sauce. So when you got your LLC and all that stuff, are you telling people that it's easier to go ahead and do that part, but it's harder to do the rest of it?
The LLC was pretty easy to get. You just got to just come out the pocket with the cash, and I got that because I just needed to know, like, the name I'm picking. Nobody can come and snatch my name from underneath me.
There we go.
And so, I went that route with that, and I still have to get my license to sell food because hot sauce does fall underneath food. So I had to get my license to sell food, and that's all just part of it, and mainly the equipment, man, is the hardest part because it's so expensive. Like, the pot that I need to brew this sauce in is like 10 or 15 gallon pot.
Mm-hmm.
That bad boy's about $300-400, and that's gotta come out of my pocket because I don't have no sponsors or anything like that at this point in time. So, but that's the part that I'm loving is the journey of this. It's like it's not no overnight, success. No, it's you got to get your feet dirty, get your hands dirty, get in there, do this, and you're not on nobody else's time with this. You're on your time. And my thing is, like, take your time, but don't take your time. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you're making
the right procrastinate, but get it. Yeah, but take your time in the steps, right?
Yes. Definitely. And
now keep on agreeing with talking to you, because right now it's not going to be more of an interview. It's more going to be like talking to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I can see now this conversation is going to be one of them things where we're just going to be chilling on a Sunday for a moment and talk about all about you.
Yes, man. I'm with that.
And it was funny because because now one of the things that I really thought was that when I saw you on A and B TV, I thought you guys were the funniest people And everybody knows that I do not do hot sauce. Now, I will do like turmeric, a lot of Indian spices or something like that. I'll do a little bit of Jamaican or whatever, but a hot sauce, don't bring it to me. Everybody, no, you got to try it. See, then all of a sudden you got to take care of me, and ain't nobody trying to be right there. And,
see, I make sauces for people just like you that can't handle the heat. That's what my first sauces I created was, like my pineapple, my smoky pineapple sauce, my especially the my green alien honey jalapeno. Like it is so good. Like my mom, she cannot handle heat either, and she loved it.
And that was the thing that I was doing, because actually I love the fact that you guys were putting on like cereal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it was so much fun to watch. And that's what attracted me to saying, wait a minute, this person is really cool, really down to earth. You're a family man. And so tell me about your family and how through all of this and trying to get it done, how is it, how do you manage the family life?
Man, it all just kind of runs together, man. There's really no separating the two. It all combines into one, because like the family is all part of the business, because they're the motivation to do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they see everything, and I want them to see everything, because I want them to know that, you can do this as well. Like if you create something and you want to display it in front of the world, you can. Nobody can stop you but yourself.
That's right. And it's beautiful, because then the next generation and the generations after that understand what it is while, seeing you go through it. Now, I know that you have a great connection with your wife as well. So how does she influence you into, even if you get negative, how does she influence you to keep on being positive?
Well, she don't have to really do that too much, because like my whole mindset nowadays for the last 7 to 8 years, I've been on a positive mind frame type thing. Like no matter what comes my way, I got to look at it and figure out a positive way to react to it.
Right.
So I'm mainly the biggest positive person in the household. And but by all means, that don't take no credibility away from her. Like she's got my back to the fullest. She supports everything I do. She allows a man to lead the family the right way, and she believes I'm leading us in the right path. So she's right there following behind me, making sure if I slip a little bit, she's there to, hey baby, I got the towel to dry this floor up for us. Let's keep pushing.
Right.
So
that's what I want to hear, because I know other people who I never could understand anybody who, when a man is putting his best foot forward, who's trying to create something or do something, I never understood why women that they have been with, whether it been a girlfriend or fiance or wife, that really just try to talk them out of it or bring them down. So I'm very, very excited to hear that she's doing that, and all the blessings to her and your family for doing that, because you know what, it's hard as I don't know what to be in this field anyway. You're seeing that, but you're part of the industry that is
my wife right now. My wife is working extremely hard right now. Like she works her job throughout the week, and then she went and got her a loan. And she's like, I want to do something different in my life. So she's in CDL classes every weekend right now for the next 2 months or so. And, she's taking a different journey in life, and she's loving it. It's a little exhausting, because, she is working pretty much an 8-hour shift on the weekends as well. But it's, for something that she's dreamed to do, and, she's chasing it, and it's awesome to see.
That's what I'm talking about, because both of y'all are doing it at the same time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And that's why I tell people too about when you're young, get things started. Yeah. Because it's going to take time. It's not coming overnight, but you got to put the work in it. Even when you're not seeing results and stuff like that, you got to continue going.
Oh yeah, and especially for me, being that I will be 40 this year, and it took me a long time to get where I am right now. Took a long time to get here. I went down the wrong road for a lot of years. And
yeah, I understand that.
That wrong road led me to be here to celebrate today with y'all, because today is 154 days of no alcohol in my life.
That's what I'm talking about.
And for almost a 30-year drinker, that is major. And anybody out there, y'all can do it, man.
Thank you for saying that, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I saw that when you had it on there, and I said, how did he do it? And so maybe there's something you can share to other people real quick on how you went through saying, okay, this is it for me. I want a better life.
Shoot, to be honest with you, it's been about a 5-year process. It wasn't nothing that was overnight by any means.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 years ago, it started with the cigarettes. I was outside running with my kids, and I was getting short of breath, and I was like, man, this gotta go, So I cut the cigarettes out of my life, did the vaping thing, weaned myself off of that pretty quick. Every month I dropped down the nicotine level, and after about 7-8 months, that was out my life, and I ain't looked back. And the alcohol was next, and I was an everyday drinker on my lunch breaks. I went and got a 6-pack of 16 ounces, and I drank at least 3 of them on an hour lunch. And I had to make a change. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drink throughout the week no more, only on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me let you know, I made up for all the drinking I didn't do throughout the week. I made up for it on the weekend. But and that lasted for about 4 years. And last September was my birthday. I turned 39 years old. And the day after my birthday, I said, I want to do a 30-day challenge of no alcohol in my life.
Wow.
Well, I didn't learn much, because as soon as I hit 30 days, I got smashed.
You know what? You're talking real truth right now.
And so throughout that, I sit on that for a few months, and New Year's Eve, came shortly after that. And I was like, man, I can't do a New Year's Eve resolution. Everybody does that, and it don't ever fucking work. Sorry for my language. And it never worked. So I was like, I waited 6 days after New Year's Eve. And that following Monday, I was like, I'm doing a 90-day challenge. No alcohol. And as the days went on, I was looking through YouTube. I was like, man, nobody posts about this stuff. I was like, nobody's got a day-to-day how it feels to quit alcohol. And so I got to about 36 days, and I created the Sauce Guy 405 YouTube channel, to where I talk about my sobriety, and every day I post about my sobriety on there. And whenever I got to about 50 days into the 90-day challenge I set for myself, I looked at it like, there's no way I'm about to drink when I make it to 90 days. There is no way. Like, I've made it too far along, and I'm feeling great. I'm looking great. My skin's, all that puffiness is going away. Like, just felt good. And once I made it to 90 days, I had a pretty decent following on YouTube, commenting every day on my videos, supporting me. And that just made motivation for me. And shoot, here we are at 154 days, and shoot, there ain't no turning back, because everything in my life's going great.
Right. And when you notice those changes, when you notice everything, like you said, even though it's going to take a moment, particularly with those of us who live a high stress life.
Yes.
And so because I know, like 5 years ago and some change, my youngest daughter, her father he get on my nerve, because he just quit alcohol. Period. Like he wasn't into heavy drinking, but he drank beer every day. And so his doctor was like, "Oh, okay, well, you got to just cut back a little bit. You're getting older and everything else." So, but he just quit. And I looked at him and I'm like, he's the same person, and I'm upset about it because it's taken me forever to just really wing off cigarettes or any type of smoke product. And so I get mad at him because he's like, "Well, you know what?" He says, "Well, if you really value your life, he says, and I know you do. He says, then think about that. But you know what? Some people need to have encouragement. They need to have some other things, maybe patches, whatever, to help them, to get through. But I appreciate you saying that about your channel. And again, before we get off the interview, I definitely want to make sure that people can follow you because that's one of the things that you have no idea until you start seeing it, how many people are drawn to you and saying, wait a minute, you know what, I'm a champion. And two, I don't believe that you're 40, so forget about it.
Thank you.
I did, because I was telling my son, it's wild, he's 31, and I was telling him, oh, this dude is about your age. And, you know what I mean? And he's starting this business, because you and your wife, I'm like, okay, she looked like 20, never.
Yeah, she did it all the time, especially when we both used to drink and we'd go to a restaurant and they wouldn't ID me most of the time, but they would always ID her. And she'd be like, I'm only a few years younger than you. But hey, it's in good genes, I guess, sure.
That's what I'm mad about. And that's another thing that these doctors and everybody need to do is make sure you can take other people's genes like yours and just put them in the mind.
Well, let me take that back. I don't think it's the genes necessarily, because I think it's more or less in the way we live our lives nowadays compared to the way things was 50, 60 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Stress was 10 times harder on people 60, 70 years ago, living day-to-day life. Compared to nowadays, to where we don't stress over things as much as they had to back then. Like the people stress over nowadays, they can really just get over it. Like it ain't as bad.
Oh, goodness. You get ready to preach, you get ready to preach, you get ready to preach.
But yeah, it's not that bad nowadays. Like I've been through the ringer, and I'm like, shoot, I'm still here. You just got to keep pushing. Nobody said this life is easy out here.
Right, because what's making the world harder now is the fact that we have so much social media.
Yeah.
We have everybody who's so sensitive about everything that I even explained to a friend of mine who is transgender. And I had to say, because I always call him he.
Yeah.
And he laughed and he was like, oh, I love the fact that you call me he. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not. And I said, well, you know what? I said, I don't know what your pronouns are. I never asked.
Yeah.
Because I try to be respectful, but I also let them know calling somebody they in my time was saying that somebody was crazy because you got two personalities.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what I mean? Or calling, some people ask me to call them it. And I'm like, no, I can't do that because it means you're not a person.
Yeah, and it just feels disrespectful saying that to somebody, you know what I mean? Calling them it, because, I've kind of wondered the same thing. I don't have any friends that are that way, but I've met people and, hey, that's your life. I have no problem with it, but I've always kind of wondered, how do you, sir, ma'am, what frame would you go to speak to him with? And that's an interesting question there.
Well, what's funny is that what I'm starting to see now is people will say their name and then they'll have it in parentheses, another name. And so it was like, okay, what's this about? And I'll go into, and see what's going on. And I'll be like, oh, okay. So now you had transitioned and you transitioned your name.
Yeah.
But it's wild to me because I've worked with different people. I mean, like, I don't care what your preference is. But it was funny because this particular person was like, well, my pronouns are Smith and Wesson. And I cracked up and I'm like, yeah, mine is strictly dickly. I know church people don't fuss at me, all right, you Instagram, but that's way those for Facebook, everybody look, just handle it. It's strictly dickly, okay? Because that's who I am. And I'm okay with that. And I had people before who pressured me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you one little story real quick because I know you're gonna get a kick out of it. So a cousin of mine is bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that her girlfriend and husband got together and raised the family is remarkable.
Okay.
Because they didn't do a lot of pushing, but they allowed them to develop on their own, see what they wanted to do in life, you know, and so that's just the way it was. However, she invited me to a party, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, I mean, I've been around people before. I don't care. You know, I am who I am. They are who they are. Whatever. Yeah. So at the time my boyfriend came over, he met me over there, and so he was asking me, he was whispering kind of to me, okay, when are you going to finish your spade game? So that way we can go on home. You know what I mean? And it was in that kind of tone. So I was like, okay, we're almost done this hand, you know what I mean? And then like one or two more, and then we're going to get busy. So a woman who was true, just all the way gay, and then a man who was gay was saying to us, oh, we want to watch. And I knew my boyfriend, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I'm grateful to God, because it's got to be a God to stop him. You know what I mean? And so he kind of looked, and I would look at them too, you know what I mean? And they were licking their lips, all kinds of stuff. And that's the last time I went to any one of, you know, those kind of parties, indoors, you know, at the house. That kind of threw me off. But the other parties she had, so like that, other people have been cool. I don't know what was going on with these two people, but it was just like, it really just did something. It vexed me a bit, because it's like, okay, you know, my cousin told you that I'm straight.
Yeah.
So just because you get a little drink up in you and stuff like that. So, you know, it's one of them things where I'm like, okay, I don't mind doing something, but respect me too.
Uh-huh.
That's all. It's just about respecting, because I love everybody. Yeah. And I want people to be happy, and I want them to enjoy themselves. My opinions really stem with the children and the hormones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so not to get off topic, but that's one of the things that cost us our election.
Yeah.
As far as I'll put Democrats lost, because trying to keep pushing that when they've done England and in all the Scandinavian countries, they stopped doing it because they found after 10 or so years, it does not make a difference. Some people wanted to go back. Some people, you know, were happy. So it was like, wait a minute, do the 18 thing. And so that's my only thing right there. And so with that being said, I really appreciate being able to talk about things to people, you know what I mean? Because I'm just straight up like that. Like I said, just don't hit on me. When you know something is going on, you know what I mean? Don't. And I've had in the stores, because I keep my hair short and I had like fur and stuff like that. You know, some men get flashy. And this guy was like, "Hey, sir, well, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "What? Like, wait a minute, I'm trying to catch it, man. And you were screwing my whole game." You know what I mean? Like, wait a second, sir. You know what I mean? I was mad with him. Like, wait a minute. But you know what? But not like in an intense way for the moment. But I'm like, Dad, you see me with earrings, you see me with makeup, everything else. So people are assuming now, and that's the problem that I'm thinking is that, okay, once you see somebody and you know what's going on, cool, it's all good. But do not insult somebody else by thinking that you're saying the right term. But because he wouldn't know about me or whatever, then I don't care like that. But I went outside and I told my sister, because I was like, we were going to go out. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, okay, I'm looking good. You know what I mean? I'm going to get up, somebody to come my way. And I'm like, no, I don't know. No. So we're going to get off that topic, though, because what made you get into hot sauce? or any sauce. What made you get into the hot sauce and then going from there?
What made me get into hot sauce was, of course, I did the hot sauce YouTube channel A&B TV with my friend. That was a blast. I had a great time doing that with my friend. The YouTube channel is still there by all means, but I just felt there was bigger and better opportunities for me, because I don't have time to wait on nobody else.
That's right there.
And I know what I'm ready to do, and I'm not sure, because you can talk to people and they'll say they're ready, but actions speak louder than words.
Yes, it does.
And so I waited around. I started to dabble a little bit with the sauce because I have a friend here in Oklahoma City that is at one of the flea markets, and he has a nice lineup of hot sauces, and he wanted to put some money behind A&B TV at one point, but I told him I wasn't ready.
Okay.
And so because I believe I need to get my hands dirty. I need, so I know I'm committed to it. And so, long story short, I started messing around with the sauce. My friend created one for me, and that was all fine, but I didn't get to get my hands really dirty doing that process.
Okay.
And, because he created everything. I get to go there and be a part of the bottling process of it and cooking the sauce. But, as far as, because he had a ferment sauce, and I get to be a part of that. So I was like, I started doing everything in-house. I was like, let me start buying all the stuff, a little bit at a time. And eventually I'm still purchasing stuff. I haven't got everything yet, but I will at one point,
Right.
Like right now I have enough to create small batches of sauce, and which that's fine. That's letting me get the best flavor for my customers, my future customers. And right now, one of my sauces is just dead on. Like, I don't think I need to tweak that recipe anymore. And that's my roasted honey habanero sauce. Like,
my God. Don't do that to me with a grill, with me having to grill and stuff today. I'm gonna ask you, okay, can you just FedEx a bottle right now to me? Because you can't. Oh my gosh, what other flavors?
I ain't got nothing to put them bottles in at the moment.
Yeah.
Because like as far as when it comes to shipping them, man, like I've been looking on Amazon because I got the Amazon business account and stuff, and man, it's just pricey getting all the boxes that I'm gonna have to get, the bubble wrap to wrap them in and all that stuff. It's pricey when, it's all coming out of my funds,
Right. So of course you got to go local, and then you'll be able to branch out once that money comes back in to the business, and then you can be like, oh, okay, because when you don't touch business money, because what I don't understand is that when you just read the basics, they tell you that a lot of small businesses go out within 3 years because people are not understanding to go and do things in a different way. So it is important, because I was doing my essential oils in a bottle, and even when I wrapped them up, they were leaking.
Yeah.
So it was really frustrating to me and to other people, because one of my people sat up there and it leaked all the way out.
Oh no.
So that's a hard process because then you got to get the sealing thing, the machine that does the sealing of it. So
what I've been ordering for my bottles. I was buying these sets. It would come with 36 hot sauce bottles. It would come with the cap that goes on to keep the hot sauce from just all pouring out at once. And then the regular cap, of course, then a shrink wrap that goes over the top, this air seal.
Right.
And, that's all fine and dandy, but I want to up my scale. And the companies I've been looking into, like I can buy the bottles separate. the lid's separate, the shrink wrap separate, all that type of stuff. But I'll be buying them at mass amounts and stuff like that, in which, that costs money. And I got to set budgets for that. So that way, when whatever I'm able to get this month, I can get, and then set a budget for next month, and then I'll be able to get that. And then, so on and so forth. And I figure within a year, I will have my business foundation. Good. It'll be set in stone, like within the next year. Like, like I said early on in the interview, I'm not trying to rush this process, but I am at the same time just taking the right steps to get where I'm trying to go.
And especially knowing that you got to see and do different things already. So it's like, wow, when that process. But one of the things that I want to ask you is that people that are in your home state, please tell your home state and the area if you want them to be buying and purchasing from you.
I'll just reach out to Brandon Lang on Facebook, or you can reach out to me at langbrandon1234@gmail.com, and you can get a hold of me at any time. And I meet up with people here locally. I do not mind me driving across the city to sell you a bottle of my sauce.
So you're in Oklahoma. What county are you in?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all heard it first. So definitely.
Tonight, baby.
So yes, that's what I'm talking about. And those that are going to be coming and watching the replay, I'm going to definitely put this out there because you've been dropping gems. And I appreciate it because through that process, people can understand that, wait a minute, he's doing this now. And I can do it too.
Yes, and this is only the beginning. Like,
right.
I hate that I don't have, my stuff together where I can sell it to everybody across the world at this present moment, but best believe it will be there at one point in time in the near future.
It sure will, and you never know, because even people that are driving through, like say for instance, they might live in Vermont, but they have to drive through Oklahoma City, you know what I mean? Then they could be like, oh, wait a minute. I need to stop and get some of the sauce.
Oh, yeah. Then reach out to your boy because I got you.
And I believe that. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, like, I want to go ahead and take a trip now. I'm just like, okay, because you said the sauce that you got. And I'm like, oh, man. But that's going to be the beauty of the manifestation process of what you do and your hard labor. Like you said, you could have taken an easy way. But you got into the grind, and then it's going to really pay off, where you're just like, and people think 3 to 5 years is so long.
Yes,
and
but it goes by so fast.
Exactly, because every day I'm like, wait a minute, what's the day? You know what I mean? I'm looking around, and mind you, I got my phone right there, the calendar right there, but I'm still like, wait a minute, what day is today? Because it goes so fast.
Just like my sobriety, like, I can't believe it's, 154 days today. Like, it blows my mind that time has went by that fast.
How do you celebrate that?
My YouTube, the Sauce Guy 405 on YouTube. I make a video every day celebrating the milestone of every day that I have not had a drink. And I've had people get on there and be like, man, you shouldn't talk about, it's going to make you relapse because you're talking about it every day. And I was like, well, maybe for you. But I was like, I drank for almost 30 years. I was like, why can't I talk about being sober for the next 30?
Right.
Shoot, people that drink, they talk about drinking every day. So why can't I talk about sobriety every day?
Okay, you better go ahead and tell them something. I think you're a preacher. That's what I think it is. I think you got that momentum that you can go ahead and teach a lot of people out there about what really is real.
Yes, and I don't hide it. I give it to you how it comes to me.
And that's the beautiful thing. And that's why I said that, I really wish you and your family a lot of success, because working that hard, it pays off. And you want to champion the people who are actually doing it versus those who are talking about. Because you might be saying, okay, I'm willing to do this, but you don't have the willpower to do it.
Mm-hmm. You do have the willpower. Everybody does this. Sometimes it takes somebody else to light that fire underneath their head. Excuse the language.
What? No, we good. As long as Facebook and Instagram don't get stupid on me. My thing is this: I want people who come on here, and I don't care of what profession that they're in. I want everybody to be themselves, be comfortable.
No doubt.
Because everybody, you know what I mean? Like everybody talks differently, and it's okay.
Yes, off time.
And I said to myself, you know, in creating this podcast, I understand certain people are not going to come on, and that's them. And I understand.
Yes.
I'm not going to sure anything else about it, you know, but people come on here like Fire Bars Friday. We, you know, we just go for it.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And hey, I want to give a big shout out to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to wish you the most success with the podcast.
Thank you. Because I just dropped my single track. What was it? On Friday came out. Okay. It's called Single Night Out. Because what I've done with spoken word is that, you know, when you hear spoken word and poetry, you start to fall asleep. So don't fall asleep on me. Okay. But what I said that I always wanted to do was take spoken word and poetry, however you say it, and blend it, make it do something.
Yeah.
So I said, let me go ahead, and I did one mainly by myself, but a friend of mine sat up there, Wicked Low. I'm going to shout him out. Had a 210 to the NT fan. And he has been a wonderful person in my life because he was the executive producer on my first one because another person dropped out on me at the last minute. And I really wanted the spoken word done. So he took it and he ran with it, and he got a shout out to the Zipper and Hayes Young Natty Chick who got on there, and people have been rolling with me since that are some of the best in underground artists are coming together. And now I did a little bit of country. I'm going to work on something with rock. Because spoken word does not have to be boring. You know what I mean? Like it does.
Heck yeah.
So, and I'm getting better with it. You know, I got my little studio in here. So again, like you, I'm trying to build it up.
Yes, it's all growth. You know, it's all growth. You know, all them little baby steps you're taking that I'm taking, it's all growth. You know, it's all a part of this journey that we're on.
And I thank everybody who is supporting us to buying the digital copy today. It's at $2.99, and the link is on my page on Instagram and Facebook. Go through that link.
Yes, go grab a book. Y'all go grab one right now. What are y'all waiting on?
And next week comes out the hard copy. Stop playing with me, y'all. Okay? Yeah. And get the May edition of Professional Post magazine. Please, everybody, purchase the May edition of that. All of us co-authors are in there. It's 6 of us together. Thank you, Sabrina Thomas. Girl, don't count yourself out. You can't give up now. Series part 2. Stop playing with me, y'all. I'm trying to let them know. See, Brandon, I got to talk some truth here because I have to let folks know that, you know, with me raising an autistic daughter, then with raising her, I ended up becoming disabled.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had my writing, and I've done 350 poems already.
And you know what's even more awesome? With all that's come against you, nothing stops you. You're still going. You're still striving to succeed.
And I tell you the truth, the hate is real because I was like, when my parents died, they died before I was 16 years old. And so, you know, there was a lot of things, a lot of nuggets that they gave to me. And one of the things that I looked at my life, I was like, dang, it's been hard. But look at where I'm at because I was suicidal for a while.
Yes, all that made you who you are today.
Absolutely, because the dark side, so I can talk about it to other people. And like you said, people will say, well, don't talk about it because then you're thinking about it. I said, yeah, I'm thinking about what I went through.
Yes.
And how I got to here.
Yes, because you know that journey that's what we went through. We went through that journey to be able to help somebody else. Like, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear what we went through. You know, because I got so many people on my YouTube that tell me every day, like, man, I watched your video the other day. I decided to try to stop drinking, and I'm 3 days in today. You know, that just makes my day when I hear stuff like that. Because I know somebody else took that step, you know, and that's what it's all about. One day at a time. Don't rush.
And that's what I have on one of my singles. And I say one day at a time may sound cheesy. You know what I mean? Like,
it works.
It does. It does. I mean, I don't know. My tracks that I dropped 7 of them. The 8th one is going to come out this week. And so, but I was getting really down into it because really it was supposed to be a whole album entitled Sexy Meets Sensual. Because I said, okay, let me get it. But it was supposed to be near Valentine's Day. Then things got pushed. Okay, fine, whatever. But the point is that I really found myself going deeper into my work and what I needed to say, like Queen of Heartbreak. It was just me on there. And I laid it down, you know, so to help people. And I'm like, look, it's not just about sales. Yes, I do need the finances to help myself.
Yes, of course, we all do. You know, that's how the world runs with it.
Exactly. But when you can get real people like yourself and myself, where it's like, wait a minute, we're telling our stories and we're bearing our hearts about it, then it's like, wait a minute, that's what makes people want to say, hey, you know what, I do want to buy from you. Because you understand the language. Even if I don't go through the same thing as you, we understand the hardship part of it.
For real.
That tries to crush us at times, you know what I mean? Or we just get too excited, like you said before, where we want to go ahead and we want to get everything done, but we know that the slow way to go is the slow way. And so that also tests us in business, because as you go forward, then you know how to handle every single bit.
And you want to know some other cool stuff? Like, I have 2 people that back me right now. Like, they've done told me, hey man, like, because they got businesses of their own and they're very successful business. And you know, they would drop me that 10, 15,000 if I asked them. You know, but I don't want to ask them. I want to do this groundwork. I want to make this succeed on my own before I reach out to try to get that handout from them. You know?
Right. Because really, it's not even a hand down, it's a hand up. Because what you're doing, you're proving to yourself and everybody else is watching. Because one thing that people always, you know, we always say that somebody's always watching you.
Yes.
Somebody's always paying attention and you're not thinking nothing about nothing. So once you do that and say, okay, now I need a hand up to get to the next level, then they're saying, well, wait a minute, you did that grunt work. You did the hardest part.
Yeah, now they're going to feel way more comfortable giving you that little boost, you know, because they know they're going to see that return in it because they watched you build everything from the ground up and they know, man, my money's in good hands. I'm going to get this return back and some.
Exactly. And that's what we need, is having community, because I don't know what's going on. Like, I, no lie, get 90% of my support from online.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy sometimes because I'm like, wait a minute, I go outside and I'm looking around and I'm like seeing all these people, but I'm like, okay, we have to kind of build that community again where people that we know, or we got to support everybody. And there's nothing wrong with supporting people on social media. I'm saying the balance of walking out that door.
Yes.
And being able to get a crowd, you know what I mean, to come to you versus everything being on social media.
Yeah.
You know, because that's where my sales are.
Like, I went on an event here probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. A guy I met off Facebook. He's here local in Oklahoma City, Rilo's Burgers. He's starting his own. He has started his own burger business. It's all out of home right now. And if you are in Oklahoma City, look up Rilo's Burgers. He's on Facebook, and man, he's doing it all in-house, and he's got some of the best smash burgers you can get. Oh my God.
Y'all gonna make me move. Now I said I wasn't gonna move to Oklahoma because see, I don't know about trying to run and get down into the basement.
And
okay, I live in Maryland.
And his event was awesome. I went over there with a case full of my hot sauces. I brought all my flavors, and pretty much everybody that showed up to try his burger pretty much bought a bottle of sauce.
I know that's right.
You know,
that's what I'm talking about.
It was amazing. You know, it blew my mind how many sauces I sold that day. Like, wow. So it let me know I'm on the right track. I just got to get in front of people and just let me shine.
Right. I see. That's what I'm saying. Now, are you selling T-shirts or anything of that nature?
Not yet. Honestly, I got on Amazon and was just trying to shop around to see what companies I could go through to try to get some shirts made. And I was able to get this shirt made for $16. And I was like, well, maybe I could sell them for $20. You know, it'd only be a $4 profit. It ain't much, but in the long run, it would be more for me, you know. So that way I'm not hitting people over the head trying to get rich quick schemes, you know, and
yeah, but you're definitely going to have to drive up the cost only because the fact that shipping.
Yes.
I would pay, you know, $30, $40 for that T-shirt because I want to go ahead and I want to rock it.
Yeah.
You know?
My friend that did the show with me on A&B TV.
What's his name again?
His name's Robert, but he goes by Crazy Loke on the show.
Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to remember because y'all two was out of control and I loved it.
So I've been trying to hype him up. Like, man, I need you to buy a shirt press, bro. I was like, and then I need you to get an LLC for that. So that way you can have the shirt business. And then you can print shirts for me and I can pay you and then I can get it a little cheaper, you know, and then so we can keep all this kind of in-house, you know,
right.
You know, putting money in each other's pocket. Let's grow some businesses, you know, and then at the end of the day, I'll be able to sell y'all a shirt like this for a $20, $25, you know, with shipping and handling all put together, you know.
Yeah, but like I said though, that I look at certain people's shirts that I've gotten. Some people have given me free ones because they know that I'm always around and I'm in the community with the association to helping with food drives or to, you know, going places where I'm just rocking the, you know what I mean? So my thing is that if you need to
spread the word more than people could even know.
Exactly, because when I'm wearing it and I'm not thinking about it, I'm just like, oh, I like this. I want to wear this T-shirt. You know, and so then I'll go ahead and be sporting it, and it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute, who's that? And I'm like, oh, shoot, what? And I'm looking down, like, oh, okay, yeah, this is so and so. You know, so I'm looking forward to getting one of those T-shirts, and because that's one of the great businesses. Like I said, that if he needs any assistance, if you need any assistance, I'm right here.
No doubt. You best believe it. Keep your mind on. Shoot, you best believe it.
Yeah, because I've done them. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things for me that, again, it's all about networking and really saying, wait a minute, this person is solid. You know what? This is what I can do. You know what I mean? Because I did it before, even with the company I worked with. I got them the candy bars with their names on it.
That's cool. Heck yeah.
So I'm very resourceful, and my son is always like, dang, Mom, you're always ahead of the game because before anybody else is thinking about it, you're doing it.
Heck yeah, that's how you got to be 10 toes ahead of everybody else, too.
Exactly. So that's why I offer whatever I can, like I said, and I will make sure I keep just sharing and going forth with backing you up, and that's why it was neat when you like interview, you know what I mean? Like that was so funny to me because I'm like,
it blew my mind, you know, because you know, even though I do a lot of things, like you know, but it you know, it's still new in a sense. Even though I've been in front of the camera now for 40-something years consecutively, it's still new.
Oh, absolutely. But I knew that with your attitude and everything else, this was going to be bubbly because normally I do Gem Shine Sundays, which, like I said, spoken word poetry. But I said, you know what? I have to have you on, and I will make room. I will make time because I see you, and like I said again, I see your family. So when you seeing all of that, and then you're talking about your sobriety, which I'm gonna make sure because I didn't know that you had that channel. I still have the A and B channel.
And see, the thing with my Mr. This is the first time I've actually spoke about Mr. Sauce 405 because like that channel, like I didn't want, well, it's out there to the world now, but I didn't tell none of my friends and stuff like that because I didn't want them to subscribe to it at first because I was like, that's what I did with A and B TV. And I was like, I want to succeed with this one without all of them going to subscribing to it. And at this point, it don't matter. But
right,
the way I got started, it was awesome. All the people on there, I have no idea who them people are. I've never met them a day in my life, but the support from them is through the roof. Is and
when you get to be real like that,
is awesome.
Yeah. And I respect you for that. And that's why I said that it was fun to watch it. And when you can sit up there and somebody is not going to purchase hot sauce, now we talked about it again. I want you to, before we end this, I want you to be able to talk about it again about your product and really get it into people's heads because sauces is one of the main things that you really want to have. When you want to marinate, you want to go ahead and have something on there right away, you know what I mean? Or afterwards, after you cook something, however people do it.
Yes, this sauce that I've created, the 4 that I have right now, they're so good. You can use them as a marinade. And my friends and family that have reached back to me and told me they've actually used it as marinades on their chickens and whatnot. One of my friends used it on his steak. He was marinating his steak with my roasted honey habanero sauce. And, you know, this sauce is meant for whatever you want to put it on. Any one of my sauces, there's so much depth in each sauce with the flavor, it's going to blend with any food you put it on.
So what are the 4 types of flavors?
I have mango. My first one is a mango mazzarano pepper hot sauce. It is delicious. It is on the sweet side. It has a light little burn to it. And then I have a smoky pineapple habanero sauce. And it's got a little bite to it, but the pineapple's in there, and then you get the little hint of that smokiness, and then all them flavors. It just like I sit and can eat it by the spoonful. It is that good.
Yeah, okay. So the first one you said had a little bite to it, meaning it has some heat. The second one has a little bit more heat to it.
Just a little bit. I would consider the mazzarano pepper, the mango mazzarano pepper, and the pineapple. They're about. I would put them about same category on the heat.
You know, people sit up there and they add a lot of stuff.
Yes.
They're you know, beforehand, right? Because if you're using the sauce, then okay, you don't have to use this kind of seasoning and that. So okay, so the third one is
the third one is gonna be one of my big sellers right now is my Green Alien honey jalapeno sauce. And man, that sauce is so good. I have 2 versions of it right now. I have one that has a little more on the vinegar side, and then I have one that is lower on the vinegar side, and I added spinach into the lower vinegar one.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and when I say I got
go nuts down here. You're going to see me on the news and be like, wait a minute, didn't she just interview me? But this woman is going crazy over here. What is wrong, yo?
Man, if whenever you do get to try these sauces, you're going to be like, oh my goodness.
Oh man, because already I'm like, oh man.
And then last but not least, my biggest seller right now is my roasted honey habanero. This sauce is so freaking good. Like, I promise it goes with just about anything. And literally, I've tried it with just about anything. Tacos, pizza, you name it, I'm putting it on there. Your hamburger helper that you made for your family last night, I put it on.
I know that's right.
It is some good eating. It's a thicker sauce. It comes out with the perfect consistency. And then it hits you with the sweetness right off of the bat from that honey. And then that habanero comes in with a nice burn. And this is my hottest one that I have right now. And I can't even say it's really that hot. It's just a little hotter than the first three.
Right. Where those people who can handle a little bit more, then, but you got something for everybody.
Yes, and sometimes I will have even hotter sauces coming down the line. It's just, like I said, the business is just getting started. And I will have some for my chili heads out there. I got y'all.
Oh, yes.
Super hot pepper sauce is coming. Best believe it.
I need some good chili sauce.
Have y'all coming in the future on the super hot. Mr. Sauce 405, we've got y'all, I promise.
Well, we thank you, Mr. Hot Sauce 405. We appreciate you coming on here today. I appreciate you. Those that are going to replay, please take one moment out of your life and go and look up Brandon Lang. Go to Mr. Sauce 405 is also your page.
Yes, that's on YouTube. Yeah, Mr. Sauce. Well, the Sauce Guy 405 on YouTube. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so say it again.
The Sauce Guy 405 on YouTube.
Okay, the Sauce Guy 405 on YouTube, y'all.
Yes. And then you can look up A&B TV on YouTube as well.
You have been the sunshine with your business, with your family on this interview right here. Thank you for keeping it real. Anybody in Oklahoma City, please go ahead and get your sauces now. And then I need you to bring me back here to Maryland because I want to try some. I thank you. And you know what? You have an open invitation to come back.
And best believe I'll be back. You best believe it. I had a great time today. I did. I had a great time.
Thank you so much, sir. You have a great and wonderful day, week ahead, and I look forward to talking to you soon. We're going to leave out here with the music that I could not get right the first time, but it's called Life Together, and it's with Chatty Turtle McGee, and he's the singer, and he's also playing the guitar. And I'm doing something totally different, and I'm being all nice and soft. You know what I mean? I have to soften my voice. So we're going to go ahead and close the show with that. I salute you, sir, for everything that you're doing. These are gems that you dropped today. Everybody's going to enjoy it. I appreciate you.
Thank you again.
God bless you guys.
You too.
Okay, that's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Is it low?
Oh. I got the right thing.
From the moment I saw your beautiful brown eyes, I knew our journey would be roller coasters and surprises. But when we broke our relationship apart, I couldn't breathe or think straight, leaving time to wander over our mistakes. I felt my heart bleed, like drip, drop, until your hand caressed my back. The pain stopped, As we sit on the shore, I look at the endless sky. I want to spend life together until